Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Alexia and welcome. So today I am doing a Q&A. I went on Instagram and I asked some of you to ask me, or I asked y'all to ask me questions. So I have them here with me, and they're just kind of like, I chose some questions that I wanted to share with y'all and stuff like that, which I have my computer right here, and it will be like around like 15 questions, I believe. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about basically about myself, about pregnancy, about just different things really. So if you want to watch this video and watch my Q&A, just keep on watching. Alright, so the first question is, how old were you when you had Santiago? So when I found out I was pregnant, I was 20 years old, but whenever I had Santiago, I had turned 21 years old. My birthday is February 9th, and I had Santiago April 3rd of 2018, so 2018 was the year that I turned 21. So for my birthday, I really couldn't do anything. We did have dinner and all of that good stuff, but we didn't, of course, I didn't drink because I was pregnant. But yeah, so I was 21 years old whenever I had Santiago. Next question is, do you enjoy being a mom? And I love being a mom. I love it, love it, love it. Lately, Santiago has been a pretty wild child, but I mean, it is part of being a kid. Whenever you're a kid, you are wild. So Santiago has been a really wild child. He is a year and 2 months, so he can get pretty crazy now. He's extremely active. So if we go, like for instance, whenever we go to mammal soccer games, he does not want to be sitting down. He wants to be up and about and doing his own thing, playing with the soccer ball. Sometimes he even wants to get out in the field with the guys playing soccer. So he is extremely wild. But I enjoy being a mom. I love being a mom. It's something that I've always wanted, and I finally got it, and I love it. So yeah, let's see. Next question is, how old are you? Which I already told y'all. Well, actually, no, what? I'm not 21. I'm 22 now. I'm like over here thinking that I'm still 21. No, I'm 22 years old now. So I'm still kind of like a young mom, but I think I'm at a perfect age to be a mom. I still feel like whenever I go to places that people are like, oh, like she looks so young to be a mom, or like, oh, like she's a mom. Like whenever I take Santiago to doctor's appointments or dentist appointments or anything like that, and they ask like, are you mom and stuff like that, and I'm just like, yeah, like I don't know. I feel like they just look at me like, what? So yeah, I'm 22 years old, not 21. I'm trying to go like a year back, because I've always said I wish I could just get to 21 years old and just stop from right there, but no, it doesn't work that way. So I'm 22, but in my head I'm 21. How many kids do y'all plan on having? So what I've always wanted was 3 kids. But me and Memo talked about it, and we kind of agreed that we are gonna, of course, attempt having another baby. And if it's a girl, we're just gonna stop right there. But if it's another boy, I told him that I would want to try again just to see if we will have a girl. I really want my girl. But if by the 3rd time we don't have a girl, we're just gonna stop right there. And if I have 3 boys, then I have 3 boys. I'm still gonna be happy. I love Santiago. So far he's very easy. They say girls are kind of hard. I really don't know why. Maybe because like us girls, we like to be extra and dress them really cute and be extra with them. So I mean, that's really what I plan on doing whenever I have a girl. So yeah. But I really hope that I get my little girl. I will be thankful, blessed, anything for whatever I get, of course. But we do plan on having, or try to have, a girl. So let's just say I guess we plan on having 3 kids. But we will see. What would you do if you were to win the lottery? What would I do? I'm kidding. If I were to win the lottery, I think the first thing that I would want to do is kind of like pay off everything, or I don't have a lot, but pay off things that I have that I owe or anything like that. I would want to get that out of the way. That's probably one of the first things I would want to do if I were to win the lottery. Second thing, I would definitely want to travel. I love just the idea of traveling, and I mean, whenever we went to California, I enjoyed it. I loved it, and just, I don't know, the feeling of going to a different state and being able to look around and see around, like, it was amazing. I've never actually went out. Like, I've only gone to Texas, which that's where I was born, Arkansas, and then I have been to like Oklahoma and stuff like that, but really it's just like passing. I never even like stopped and like actually visited. And then I've been to Missouri, but Branson, Missouri, I don't know, but I haven't really been out there, if you know what I mean. So I would want to go travel. Of course, I would want to get a home. I would want to get my mom car. I would want to do all of those things, but I would want to go out with my family and just explore the world with my family and have a good time, because I mean, really, we will make memories. Traveling would just be amazing, to be honest. And then from there, like, whenever we're tired of traveling and if we still have some money left, I would definitely want to settle down, get our home, and get everything just for us to settle down. I mean, of course, I don't want to go to every single state, every single country, but I do want to go to like at least different places and just look around. Definitely one of the things that I would want to do if I were to win the lottery. But anywho, so the next question is, how did you react to your pregnancy? So how did I react to my pregnancy? I kind of already told y'all in my last videos, but I mean, it's one of the questions, so I'm just gonna answer it. So how did I react to my pregnancy? I couldn't believe it. I just, every time I talk about it, I get so emotional just because it's so hard. But I couldn't believe that I was pregnant because I have trouble. Okay, so I couldn't believe that I was pregnant because I've always had trouble getting pregnant. So it was very hard to believe it, just because I've had a lot of negative pregnancy tests. So whenever I finally got my positive, I couldn't believe it. So I was extremely happy, but whenever I saw the positive test, I was like, this can't be right. Like, I don't know, like, I just couldn't believe it. It take like around 3 pregnancy tests. 2 of them were the first response, I think that's what they're called, I already forgot. And then the third one was the clear blue pregnancy test, and that one was the one that said pregnant. So whenever I saw that, whenever I finally took my third one with the clear blue and it said pregnant, that's whenever I was like, oh my gosh, like, I'm pregnant, like, I have a baby inside of me. But something in me was just like, I still can't believe it. So I made a doctor's appointment. Like, literally after I took that clear blue pregnancy test, I made a doctor's appointment, and they told me that they go off of home pregnancy tests. But I was like, I just can't believe it because I've always had trouble getting pregnant, and then, like, you know, this happened. So I was like, oh my goodness. So yeah, so I was like in shock, I guess you could say, but I was extremely happy. Like, words can't even describe how happy I was to see the positive pregnancy test after so long. And honestly, like, me and Memo were not trying, but we weren't preventing it either. So when it happened, it was just like, oh my gosh, like oh my gosh, like, no, like, I got pregnant at the right time, at the right age. And I feel like it was all God's plan. Like, he planned that for me, and I feel like it was his plan also, because I prayed to him so much. I prayed to him so much to just give me my baby whenever he thought that I was ready, whenever he thought it was the perfect time. And he did. He gave me my baby what I believe is the perfect time, because I mean, I don't know, we weren't like at the point where we were like, we're ready to have a child, but it just all came out naturally, and now we're just like, we love being parents. So it's amazing and I love it. We love being parents. I love being a mom. I'm sorry about me getting so emotional. It's just, it really hurts to even like think about it, just because like lately I've been having like symptoms of me being pregnant, but whenever I take my pregnancy tests, they all come out negative. So it's like really hard for me to even talk about it, just because it's really hard to keep seeing negative tests. And I know that God has all of this planned out for me, but it just really just hurts, because you're getting pregnancy symptoms and, you know, stuff like that, and then just seeing negative pregnancy tests, like it just hurts. I don't know, it's just something that I've always gone through, and so it's just I get really emotional about it. So yeah. Next question. What is your favorite color? So my favorite color is black. I love black. I feel like everybody loves black, but I love black. And I also love royal blue. I believe those will be like one of my 2 favorite colors. But yeah. How long have you and Memo been together? So me and Memo will be together for 7 years, 2020. Our anniversary is January 1st. Of course, every January 1st we turn a year. And yeah, so January 1st, 2020, we will be 7 years together. So yeah, it feels like forever. I feel like I've been with him for like 20 years already, but no, 7 years. We started dating whenever I was like 15 years old. I was 15 years old and he was 16, so we were pretty young. And now I'm 22 and he turns 23 this year. How did you and Memo meet? How did we meet? So me and Memo met through social media. But I used to go to school here in Conway, Arkansas, and of course I moved. But whenever I was going to school here, we actually used to go to the same school, but we didn't know. Memo was actually friends with my cousins and my aunt. So yeah, it's pretty weird. And also my mom was friends with his aunt and actually 2 of his aunts, and I never in my life met him. So yeah, we always ask ourselves like, how, like what? But yeah, we met through social media though. We met through Instagram, and he had commented on one of my pictures. He put like the little heart faces, and I was just like, at that time I was just like, cool. You know, like he commented heart faces, oh my gosh. But then like, I don't know, we started like kind of like, this is kind of weird, but we were young, so we like started liking all of our pictures. Like he liked all of my pictures and I liked all of his pictures, and so that's how we started like texting. And then the next day my uncle had a soccer game and we would always go watch his team play. So we were planning on going to the soccer game, and Memo was also planning on going to the soccer game. So that's when we actually met in person, and that's how our story began. And whenever me and Memo first met, we were extremely shy. Like we couldn't even like talk to each other. It was really hard. It was really weird. It was, I don't know. It was just thinking back at it, it's like, what? Like, how are we here today whenever we couldn't even talk to each other whenever we first met? But now we're like best friends. So yeah. Do you engage or do you plan on getting married? So we are currently engaged, but we've been engaged for like 2 years. And of course we do plan on getting married, but we are in no rush. We both know that we love each other, and we both know that we are here for each other, and we are in no rush to get married. We just feel like the perfect time will come whenever we do get married, or if we were to get married, like let's just say next year or so. I do not want like a big wedding. Like my plan is not to have a big wedding, because I really don't feel like I should stress over my wedding. I feel like I should have a good time and enjoy it, and whenever I look back, I can think of how I enjoyed my wedding and how much I loved my wedding. I don't want to, like, you know, like, I don't know, 5 years from now, think back and just be like, well, I had fun, but that wedding stressed me out so much and this and that. I don't want to, like, you know, just think of stress. I don't want to think about that. I just want to think of the good times and the good times planning my wedding and stuff like that. So I just want like something small but cute. I kind of want like an outside wedding. And like my dress, I do want to have the dress, like a dress that I've always wanted. I do want that just because, I don't know, like I want to be able to feel beautiful on my wedding day. I want to be able to, I don't know, just be like, this is what I wanted, you know what I mean? And believe it or not, guys, like back then, and I know I was young, like, and dumb, but I used to not even like want to get married. I used to not even think about marriage. I used to not even care about marriage. And of course, like, I guess it could be because of my past, but I don't know. I just, whenever I got with Memo, of course, I saw like a big future with him. So I would love to get married to my fiance, of course. But again, I don't want this huge wedding. I don't want us to stress. I just want us to have a good time and be happy and enjoy ourselves. And yeah, so we do plan on getting married. What has been your longest relationship? My longest relationship has been the one I'm in right now. I don't really like count my past relationships. Well, honestly, I only had like one like real relationship. But I don't count that, you know what I mean? Just because I was young, and I don't know. I look back and I'm like, girl, what was you doing? Like, you were too young. You don't even know what you were doing, and I don't know. I just couldn't even like talk to guys. Like, I was such a shy girl. But yeah, I would say that this relationship literally made me open up and be more comfortable and just be myself. So, what is one favorite thing about yourself? I feel like one favorite thing about myself is how comfortable I'm feeling with my skin. Like, back then I used to not be able to be without makeup at all, and now it's like I feel more comfortable. But honestly, I feel like all of that happened whenever I had Santiago during my pregnancy. During my pregnancy, my skin was flawless. It was amazing. It was something that I just wish I still had. But anyways, after I had Santiago, my skin was still flawless. But whenever I went back to work after my maternity leave, my face said, I can't handle all this stress, and it just so yeah, I started breaking out again. But I don't know, I had this thing where I was like, I feel good. I feel just good about my skin. Used to, I was not able to go to work without makeup at all. And I mean, I used to work retail, so why like would I even go without makeup? But it came to that point where I didn't want to wear makeup, and I wouldn't wear makeup. I felt comfortable with no makeup. And no, my skin is not perfect. I have like little scars, but I just feel comfortable. So I feel like that's my favorite thing about myself is just how comfortable I'm feeling with my skin. And yes, I may still complain here and there and be like, why is my skin breaking out? Why is my skin this? Why is my skin that? But I still can go out without makeup. The only thing that I'm like, ugh, is my eye bags. Like, if I don't have any makeup, my eye bags are just like, pew. So I feel like that's more of like one thing that I don't like. But if my eye bags were perfect, I would be like, girl, you can look at my scars, I don't care. But I mean, I'm still like that. But I do put like concealer here and there just so my eye bags won't look too dark. But yeah, I would say that's one of my favorite things, just how comfortable I'm feeling with my skin. What do you do on your free time? Nothing. I don't do nothing. This past month that I have not been working, I mean, the first week we were in California, and then we came back, and then one weekend we went to Texas, and then after that I have not done anything. Zero. Nothing. So I'm always like, oh, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go to the park, I'm gonna do this, but I never do anything, just because I think I would rather just be home with Santiago and play here. We do go outside, we do little things, but I don't go anywhere, and that's one of the reasons why I've been sucking at vlogging. And of course I haven't been working, so I can't just go out shopping and spending money. So yeah, I haven't done anything. But like, if I was to work and I have free time, I do like my errands, I do just little things. I don't know, clean my home. That's really what all I do on my free time, is clean. And then some days I'm like, I'm gonna take this day off and not do anything at all, and that's exactly what I do. Not do anything at all. So that's what I do on my free time. My biggest fear. What is your biggest fear? So before I had Santiago, I didn't have any fears at all. But now that I have him, my biggest fear is not be in his life anymore. It's my biggest fear. I don't mean like right now, like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna disappear or something. Like, me personally be like, I don't want to be here no more, I'm leaving. I don't mean it like that, because I would never leave my baby. But what I mean is, like, if I get in a car accident and something happens to me, or if I get sick and something happens to me, or just if something happens to me and I'm not here anymore. That's my biggest fear, because I wouldn't want my baby to grow up without his mother. But of course I can't just, stop that. I can't just be like, I'm gonna wake up today and nothing's gonna happen to me. Of course I can't do that. All I can do is just live life, and whatever happens happens. But that's one of my biggest fears, is just something happening to me, anything that had to be involved with me, Memo and Santiago. And I mean, my biggest fear is also Santiago losing his dad or something. I don't know, but those has been my biggest fear. Now that we're a family, like, I just get scared of like little things like that. But yeah, before that I didn't really have like a fear, but now I do. It changes whenever you're when you have a family. Like, everything you feel just changes. Like, I don't know, it's crazy. But last question is, why do you think you have trouble conceiving? Why do I think I have trouble conceiving? I honestly feel like I have trouble conceiving because I have irregular periods, and I've always had irregular periods my whole life. And I think that's one of the main reasons why I have trouble getting pregnant. But I do need to go get myself checked, of course. Back then, whenever that would happen and I would ask the doctors, they'll be like, oh, everything's normal, like, you're just getting really, really, really lucky. And I'm just like, okay, like, what? Like, but I do want to go get myself checked, just to make sure that after I give birth with Santiago. Like, I mean, of course my uterus almost came out, so I don't know if now that's one of the problems, like my uterus almost coming out, and like I don't know. But I do feel like irregular periods is probably the main thing that I have trouble conceiving. But we will see whenever we have our next baby, because I would honestly want to have another one already, just because I would want to go ahead and like have all my babies now that I'm young, and that way whenever I'm old I'll be able to spend time with my babies and be able to do a lot of things with my babies, have more years with them. I mean, you never know what happens, but of course like I would want to spend more years with my babies. So yeah, it's really one of the things. But of course I can't just be like, oh babe, let's pop another baby tomorrow. I can't do that. So I mean, I don't think nobody can, but you know what I mean. But yeah, alright guys, so those were all of the questions. If y'all would want me to answer any more questions, just comment them down below and I would maybe do another Q&A. But that was all for today. If y'all like this video, just give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I love y'all.